Adrian Wilson making his way into the ring. Looking a lot more serious than the last time we saw him in action, Steve.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Adrian before the fight. And Adrian made me aware that he took that fight in April on very short notice. He said, first thing he said was, you know, that's no excuse for my performance. And I tell you what, Adrian really fared well. He's a very crafty fighter. He's a left-handed fighter with a lot of skills. He got shook early before he settled down because he had a huge following out, excuse me, to see him fight that first fight. He had a huge following, and expectations were high. Once he settled down, Adrian did a great job. I expect to see Adrian settle down here and really dictate the pace of this fight. He's got great hand speed, and I tell you what, he moves well side to side. So we're going to see what George Martin brings to the table here tonight.
Well, George Martin out of Ypsilanti. Well, Ypsilanti, but we of course, we Midwesterners call it Ypsilanti. But George Martin with a 1-0 record here, getting ready to take on Adrian Wilson.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet 9 inches, with a win-loss record of 2-1, with 2 knockouts in his professional record. He is trained by Central City Boxing, fighting out of Toledo, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Wilson!
Expect to see Adrian set the pace in this one early on, Mick. I really expect to see him come out and really try to be more assertive than he was in his last fight. His last fight, he kind of eased into it, and a wise man told me never ease into a street fight.
Well, we got the opening round getting ready to start as referee Frank Garza will get ready to call for the bell. And we're underway. Big right hand to start things out there by George Martin.
I think Martin comes out winging.
Absolutely. The white trunks with the red stripes is George Martin, and he gets a couple more body shots in there on Wilson.
I'll tell you what, Martin better watch himself if he's going to unload those kind of bombs, because Wilson has great hand speed and he can take advantage of it.
Wilson in the white and blue trunks with the red trim on the sides. And of course his name stenciled on the front of his trunks. Martin definitely the aggressor here right now.
Adrian starting to settle down now, really getting into this one. Well, Martin really came out like gangbusters. You rarely see a fighter just come out and swing, but and Martin is really looking to land a big shot early on.
Both of these fighters are definitely serious here in this matchup. Jab there by Martin. Referee calls for the break.
Adrian Wilson cat quick. You see the hand speed.
Yep, you saw there that Wilson lost his balance when he went for the big punch, and now here is Wilson starting to score.
And this is the type of fight that I expected to see Adrian fight really on, fighting in spurts, fighting in bunches, really in combinations, looking really to establish his jab, and then land his hook off of the jab.
Well, as they're tied up, the referee wants him to fight through. One thing I noticed here early on with Martin, here's Wilson trying to...
The difference is Martin really trying to land that big shot. Wilson looking to put punches together, and he's doing that extremely well.
The thing about Martin that I noticed early on, I was about to say, was the fact that he can throw. You can tell when he connects, you know it. But the thing is that he also throws himself off balance sometimes.
And the thing that he's really going to have to watch again, and you go back to that as we see a clash of heads and Adrian Wilson talking about, you see him switch, did Martin. But again, Wilson is a he's a southpaw, and a southpaw really gives you different angles, punching angles, and the hand speed of Wilson really can give him an advantage in this one.
Well, it does kind of throw you off, especially if you're a traditional fighter, as the bell sounds to end round one. A very entertaining bout so far here, 1 round in.
Well, Wilson came out and he threw that initial first punch, that heavy blow, to really caught Adrian off balance, off guard right there. And he pushed him to the ropes. He tried to put work in, but once Adrian settled down, you see right there, he's like, I've been in these type of fights before.
See, Wilson weathering the storm.
Absolutely, and you see the hand speed right there. Again, the left hand of Wilson doing a good job of neutralizing the attack of Martin. I expect to see more of that. You see him keeping that left hand high, and he's really blocking a lot of those punches, Mick. But again, you know, the hand speed and the boxing ability of Adrian Wilson really, I think, gives him an advantage in this one.
Well, round 2 about to get underway here. Another 4-round affair. After this, the remaining bouts will be 6 rounds. Wilson coming out strong here in this second round. Again.
Great defense right there by Wilson, getting away from the countering Martin as Martin switches again.
Left jab there by Martin.
And I think the southpaw style of Adrian Wilson really has Martin searching for answers right now, Mick.
Martin, though, with a nice right, straightforward jab.
Answered nicely by Wilson.
These two fighters will give each other fits here in this second round. They both are very quick. Nice body shot there by Martin.
Right hand, left hand extremely low by Martin.
And a body shot there to Wilson. Now Wilson looking to answer back as they tie up and the referee separates them. Both of them now very, I don't want to say tentative, but they're not lunging in, that's for sure.
Short left hand scored by Wilson on the inside. Wilson measuring his opponent. Nice double hook.
Nice left in there also by Wilson. Now he's going to the body. Martin weathers that without too much difficulty. Again, their bodies collide, but they move apart. Now Martin tries to go downstairs, but misses. That's the one thing here with these two. They're very good at evading any kind of heavy punches that might be thrown by the other. Wilson getting more in terms of scoring, is getting more shots in, but
he's throwing punches and flurries and really letting his hands fly when he gets those opportunities. Martin more content with throwing the heavier shots, trying to score.
Nice reaching left there by Martin, but again, it was reaching.
Footwork on the outside. Nice left hand again by Wilson.
So we're coming here to the end of round number 2. That will do it for round number 2. Well, Steve, we didn't really talk about it in the first, at the end of the first round, but how do you see this fight thus far?
Well, you know, I really like how Adrian really started to settle down after that initial barrage by Martin. Once he started to really measure his opponent, and he's throwing punches and flurries, you know, and I think that's enough to really give him the edge. On my scorecard, I have it 2 rounds and none, 20-18 for Adrian Martin. As all of these fights in Ohio are being scored on a 10-point must. That's 10 points for the winner of a round, 9 points for the loser. But if you look at Martin throws one punch and he starts to admire his work. Wilson more content to really put his punches together, and I think he's done a better job at fighting spurts more so than Martin. Martin has his work cut out for him because he has a very quick fighter in front of him. Not only that, you tie that in with Wilson being a southpaw, he's got a heck of a puzzle to try to solve before this night's over with.
Round number 3 commences as Adrian Wilson looking to get a rebound from his loss last spring at the Huntington Center. Looking to bounce back here against George Martin. Nice right jab there by Wilson. Caught the cheekbone there of Martin. Martin looking to respond, but out of reach.
Beautiful hook.
And down goes Martin.
Beautiful hook, but again, all of that is being off the jab, and he's really giving up. He's creating nice punching angles for himself. If you watch how patient he is, he really can't get careless here.
No, he can't.
He wants to finish it in front of the hometown folks, but you really don't want to get careless right here.
Martin getting back in his grill, so.
And I think that's very wise for Adrian to settle down and get back to boxing.
Martin trying to go to the body. Couple of shots there to the stomach.
That right hook really did the damage. Straight left just missed by Wilson. And I don't like him in there like that. What that does is that's right in the wheelhouse of Martin. Martin wants to pot shot and really sit down on his punches. I think Adrian does better when he's keeping him off balance and he's boxing. And I think that's what his corner should be telling him. Continue to touch him with that jab, moving side to side, creating punching angles. But when you're standing right there in front of a bomber, you're in harm's way.
Well, Martin tried to let go of the bomb there, but give him credit, though. He's weathered that storm after the knockdown. They trade jabs there. Nice left there by Wilson.
Real sneaky left. Cat quick. Counters again.
Martin trying to lunge there, but
he's leaving himself open, Mick, when he lunges. 30 seconds left in this round.
Again, Wilson catching the top of the head of George Martin.
Another heavy blow being employed by Martin. And this with a wild right. And that'll do it for 3 rounds in the book.
Wow, Martin really let go with the right hand there, but, well, as you said, he came up empty. As you see right here.
Well, what you see right there, look at the punching angle. You see how he stepped to the side and then he landed that hook. But again, it's the angle that he used to get that punch off. And what he's doing, Mick, is he's boxing it side to side and he's moving in and out. I don't like when he's standing in front of this guy. This guy's too big, too strong to stand in front of to allow him to just throw heavy lumber. I think he does better when he stays out, establishes his jab, and moves side to side.
Well, we've got one more round of boxing to go here in this fight between Wilson and Martin.
That's definitely a 10-8 round for Adrian Wilson.
So, one more round to go as the bell sounds. Here is round number 4. Only had the one knockdown by Wilson on Martin so far.
Got him pitching a shutout right now, 30-26, Adrian Wilson.
Martin's gonna have to pick it up a notch here in this fourth round. Wilson moving in there, looked to get the fireworks started early, but did not connect.
Again, you can almost see the look, the puzzled look on the face of Martin right here, really having to deal with the hand speed of Adrian Wilson.
Well, Martin started out big in that opening round with that thunderous hit to start the proceedings, but ever since then,
hasn't done much since.
Yep, it's been Wilson that has picked up the pace. And again, Wilson continuing to score. Wilson.
Chopping left hand right there by Wilson.
Oh, nice
Adrian,
right there by
nice
Martin.
Right hand. Gets the attention of Adrian. Bloodies the nose.
And again, another shot there that caught the glove, though, of Wilson. Martin looking to lunge for the body. They collide, and Frank Garza tells him to separate. Right now, Wilson
definitely in control, starting to cruise home. But again, you know, he's fighting a very dangerous fighter that has knockout capability.
Now Martin trying to mix it up, but Wilson right in there with him as they continue to battle. Now Wilson with a nice uppercut on the left.
Putting the work in and then coming out of there.
Wilson dancing around now.
30 seconds to go in this contest.
Martin with the right hand. Wilson, or rather Garza, steps in as I think somebody lost a mouth guard.
Yeah, Adrian Wilson.
So we'll go over there and get the mouth guard cleaned, and now that it's sanitized, they'll go to opposite corners. And referee Frank Garza calls him to the middle of the ring with 10 seconds to go in the fight. And another flurry right there to end the fight. And good showing there by Adrian Wilson. They go to each other's corners and show the proper respect and congratulations after having battled it out here for 4 rounds.
Well, I like the work being put in. You see Adrian eats the right hand there as the bell lands. And I think, in my opinion, I feel like Martin may have won that round, but it's not enough to win that fight. Adrian really did a great job at dictating the pace. Once he settled down after that initial barrage, Mick, I thought he did a fantastic job and really setting the pace of this fight.
Well, we await the official scorecards. Once again, we want to make sure that we thank, as you look at some replay of some of the action going on in that fight, we want to make sure we thank our friends over at IBEW Local 8. We thank them so much for helping sponsor tonight's action here on the Toledo Sports Network.
For your 4th bout of the evening, going the distance, all 4 rounds. A unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Adrian Wilson! fans, you can see the replay of tonight.